Hmm.
Shilpi, why don't you share with us how your uh, how something about your experience with Ho'oponopono? Then
Ho'oponopono.
I'll take a shot and then we'll pass it on to Nayan.
Okay, so this morning today, while I was doing Ho'oponopono, I wanted to do and I really wanted to come back to the place of self-love. I felt what this is something I've been experiencing is that when you look too much outside, if someone in the family is very anxious and you want to help that family member, so what happens is he's anxious, you want to help him, and there's a heap of anxiety. Nothing's going to help, right? So I figured out, no, let me just help myself and helping myself more was like, okay, let me start loving myself. So since the time I've been practicing the Ho'oponopono tool, it's all about coming back, because the fact that you're doing Ho'oponopono, you are addressing the divine, and the divinity or the divine self or the higher self is no one but you. The higher power, the superpower, or the place of God, the place of love, as we read in the book Zero Limits, right? It's all about that. So when I said, okay, let me heal myself, so I went to that place of love. Okay, and what I did is I got this beautiful pink crystal which my son had got me a few months back. So I said, okay, now I remember that. Let me hold that in my hand and so I'm not like doing anything like that, but I just felt nice. Sometimes when it's not that you're anxious, but sometimes you just want to anchor on something. Okay. So, and it's nice, no? The vibrations when you're doing this on your hand and all that. So I did this and I just did the Ho'oponopono healing for myself to center myself on the place of love, begin from self-love. And when I started doing that, I told myself that, this is where I belong. This is my place of love. And I started healing. And I just thought to myself and I said, dear universe, I want to be in that place. And I said, I love you, Shilpi. I'm sorry, Shilpi. Please forgive me, Shilpi. Thank you, Shilpi. And of course, with the phrases, the lines that we always say. Do you want to read it or should I read it? You want to read it, Munira? I
Yeah,
sent it,
why not?
I sent it on our WhatsApp group. Have a look. Oh, we've got a nice WhatsApp group. Should we tell you the name of it? It's damn cool. Munira said, okay, I will create the WhatsApp group. And we've been doing this WhatsApp. So, guys, we've been doing, let's go back. 4 o'clock in the morning. Okay. We're like, no matter how late you sleep, you wake up charged because we're meeting the healers and rainmakers. Not to miss the cute little WhatsApp group. You remember this recall? Okay. And we wake up at 4 in the morning and then we read parts of the Zero Limits and we get very excited and like, wow, we've read it, and then we move on to another interesting session. But yeah, so then you read something, then we'll discuss that.
Thanks, Shilpi. So yes, so we say these magical four sentences, and I'm going to read them out to you. I love you for having this opportunity to clean. I'm sorry for being unaware of what is it inside me that created this. Please forgive me. I let go. Thank you for releasing it from me. And with these intentions and sentences, we keep chanting and keep repeating these four beautiful sentences, essentially saying, I'm sorry, please forgive me, thanking the universe for that, thanking divinity for that, and loving ourselves and loving to have this opportunity to clean and heal and evolve. Shilpi, I think your stories are so profound, so inspiring. You are also encouraging and motivating us to, sort of not fall off the wagon and keep working on healing ourselves. Um, every day I find new reasons to heal. I think I'm taking a complete inward journey into greater and greater awareness, right, of what needs healing. Most of the times we're not aware of what we need to heal.
Correct.
Um, if it's okay, I'd like to read a small section from Zero Limits,
Go ahead.
which I think is very important for any person who wants to heal in life, right? Whether or not you may follow a particular way or B particular way, eventually the journey has a very important philosophy, and I just want to read out a part of it for y'all.
Munira, you're on mute. Okay, you're muting yourself.
Yeah, I think you'll be able to hear me now. The the first part, like I said, is awareness. And the person who was a master healer was Dr. Hugh Lin. And the book Zero Limits is really about how he used this practice and the kind of miraculous results he delivered across the world, wherever he went, healing people and healing situations and healing things. He said that he always turned to divinity and he always trusted divinity and it always worked. And Dr. Hugh Lin would always ask himself, what is it going on in me that I have caused this problem, and how can I rectify this problem in me, right? So apparently this method of healing from inside out is what self-identity of Ho'oponopono is all about. It is about taking 100% responsibility for whatever that is happening in our lives. And this is the ultimate truth. If you take complete responsibility for your life, then everything you hear, you see, you taste, you touch, or you in any way experience is your responsibility because it is in your life. So, for instance, if there is a problem which is happening, let's say, in another part of the world, and if it reaches you and it makes you feel a certain way, then you have a shared responsibility in creating that situation. So by healing yourself, you're actually healing whatever transpires around you. The fact that you or I is the common factor present, right? The moment this concept sinks in about taking 100% responsibility, no matter what, that really is the starting point of any healer's journey or any healing journey for that matter. And life is a continuous process. It's not a one-time thing. It's not your annual Diwali spring cleaning kind of activity. It
No,
is something that you do
but
every
hold
day.
on, pause on that. When you talk about Diwali being a spring cleaning activity, we also say, right, Ho'oponopono is a way of process of cleaning yourself inside out. So when we say Diwali, if we take the example of Diwali
Not
and we
once a
say,
year.
हाँ, so but then once a year that वो इतनी cleaning होती है, all the clutter, broken things of the house are, trashed and you want to bring in new things. So Ho'oponopono healing is all about each moment decluttering your life. And your life is not in terms of just things. It's also feelings, it's memories that you've carried out, old baggage. So every time you sit down, you take responsibility. So if it's anxiety, I've now begun to love anxiety because I was like, come on, let's heal you. Okay. Then it's anger. Come on, let's heal you. Okay. It's love. Let's grow, let's increase that love. I discovered something. I want to quickly share this before Nariman takes on. Nariman, before you talk, I want to just share something very cute in the morning. When I said I spoke about self-love, I said, I have to love myself. Okay. First, I'm going to begin with loving myself. So I activated this little crystal on my hand. And then I like, just said, okay, Shilpi, whatever is happening outside, it's okay. Whatever is happening outside this room, it's okay. First, just function from the place of love, increase your self-love and feel good, before you can love even your son or your husband or whatever. And then, one of the healers suggested that, if your husband is getting very bugged with you or getting angry, and, so all you have to do is calmly look at him. This is not easy at all, but practice it. Calmly look at him while he's getting angry with you and just tell yourself, I love you. Put it in your heart, and that love will get transferred. So I said, okay, I'm going to try it. So in the morning, I wasn't like exactly on him, but by evening, when he came storming to my room, where is the blanket? And I'm like, give me a minute, man. I'm doing something. Where is the blanket? And I'm like, I think it could be in this bed box. Let me check it out. And I was like, wow, at least you practice it. So it's all about having that presence of mind that you own the love, you own the anxiety, you own the anger, and it's amazing. So it's all about, but you have to constantly take responsibility. And for that, you have to be alert and, yeah.
Shilpi, what you've I think identified and sort of shared is a real life situation that happens
Many
ever so
things.
often.
Sorry.
And I agree with the fact that it's easier said than done.
Yeah.
Totally agree.
And I can also
But
imagine that how irritated my husband must be feeling that I'm here talking like this has to be done immediately. You know, our son needs the blanket. Listen, guys, I'm in Gurgaon, so it's getting cold. So if you must be wondering why we are talking about cold, it is cold right now. So it's like, come on, hurry up. And I'm like, okay, relax. I mean, let's do. And I'm like, the more the pitch increases, the more I'm like, it's okay. Let's breathe easy. Let's hydrate ourselves. I keep drinking a lot of water, and that, even in the anxiety bung is like, kind of irritating me or bugging. I'm like, relax, let's take deep breaths.
I also see you drinking from a blue bottle.
Blue bottle is my husband's bar. So every time a new bottle comes out of the bar, which is emptied, so I take that bottle. I say, it's blue, it's mine. And my husband's like, why? Why are you collecting blue bottles? I said, listen, even if you go today to the market, you will not get such good looking. These are one of the good looking. I have another very nice, I think it's a gin bottle. It's lying in the other room. Every time I have it, even though it's been washed, I still get that hint of gin that is enough to feel high. It's
So,
okay.
Shilpi, congratulations to your husband because I wonder how things would have been if I was saying, like, give me my blanket or whatever, and Munira would be would be looking at me, not responding, having a small little smile on her lips, and telling herself, I love you, I love you. And then I would have repeated again, and she would have still not responded, though she was doing the Ho'oponopono prayer of I love you and I forgive you. I don't know what kind of peace would have been transmitted in the room. So, but if peace came into your room, I commend him a lot.
No, so listen, I was doing something, right? I was doing something. Now, suddenly, if you come and say you want the blanket, but I'm not going to suddenly say, okay, let's look for the blanket. I will settle myself. I will like, let me finish my task, and then I'll get up and clear the bed. Right now, since Arav is in his room and I'm in that one room, that room has become my place of work, right? On the laptop or meetings or whatever. So I'm literally operating from a little table and the bed. All my papers are lying on the bed. And then you're saying, open, get the blanket. Listen, I have to take those bundle of papers and files and keep it safely, right? I'm not going to like pick it up and just go like that. I mean, come on, you've got to act it out accordingly. So yes. By the way, also I'm very close to my anniversary, which is on the 19th. We're going to complete 23 years.
Congratulations for that.
Thank you. So now
Hearty congratulations.
Thank you. So we must start functionally working from the place of love now. It's high time, right? Sorry. I'm in Gurgaon, you guys are in Bombay. And we are having this blue bottle water.
But
Oh,
is it
we're also having
is it a blue bottled water or is this blue bottle something else?
no, it's just water, yeah.
Water.
But yeah, so I do put it in under the sunlight
I understand, yeah.
for the solar water. I do it every now and then. This one, and I have a very good looking gin bottle. I do that. So anything blue or anything glass is in my kitchen. So every time it comes out of his bar, waiting to be trashed, it doesn't get trashed. It comes to me. I say, don't trash bottles now. Give it to me.
pretty good.
But one thing,
Nariman, how has been your experience, bud?
yeah, Nariman, please, sir.
So, talking of the bottle and talking about what we were discussing earlier on, where we said, write it down on a piece of paper and put it under your pillow so that it gets written into your subconscious mind. Another thing that we have been doing and results are pretty exciting is we write it on a piece of paper and stick it around the bottle.
Yeah.
Or the glass.
Intentions, yes.
And then we drink the water which is there in that bottle or glass, and that continues for day after day kind of thing, and we keep refilling the same bottle and the glass. Something very akin to what we were discussing earlier on of keeping under the pillow, because they say water has got fantastic memory and it kind of absorbs all that you have written down on that piece of paper. Now, coming to this current session that we had, thank you very much, as always. as I've always maintained, it just got reiterated again this time, that whilst doing the Ho'oponopono prayer on your own, by yourself, is extremely powerful and gives extremely good results and makes you feel good and feel nice. I, as always, feel that doing it in a group is 10x. Actually, we all know the reason, but well, it's because of energies kind of being in unison, and that's why in all prayers and in the temples and in the prayer worship places, people pray and chant together. I think the energy of the group is much more powerful, and we are lucky and fortunate to have a group which is, we are so aligned together in this thought process. So it's actually 10x. It is always a wonderful experience where this goes.
Yes.
I must say that when I first started the Ho'oponopono prayer, and before that it was some things like pranic and still things like that, pranic healing years and years ago in Jamshedpur. Initially, I used to always, being a student of science, I used to always wonder, how does this work? And though I had faith and belief, and faith and belief doesn't need to have logic.
Yeah.
It doesn't need to have logic. You have faith in the Almighty. You have got faith that your parents will never do anything bad to you. So faith is the ultimate thing. There's no need for a formula or for logic or precedence or whatever, right? So I had faith in this. But, I always thought, how does it work? And I'm very excited because I'm studying deeply into it, and one day I'll talk about it also, is that I think there is a huge connection between science and this. Science also talks about a situation, and in fact, there have been experiments which have proved this to be really happening, that anything, see, what does Ho'oponopono prayer talk about? It means I could be at a huge distance and I could clean myself up here, and by doing that, I am actually making things better for you and for everybody else, or healing, right? And the logic is, how would it happen? So science has got evidence which says that if any action is induced here, it has a result or an action which gets induced in another location instantaneously, and the distance could be hundreds of kilometers away. Why 100? It could be in the other galaxy.
Yeah.
It happens instantaneously and it's connected. And science talks about that. So if that can happen, of course, the thing is, it happens at a micro level, at atomic level. We are not atomic, we are a kind of macro beings. But there is logic to it. And that for me is so amazing, that now it's not just only belief, but I think there is evidence that kind of it works, and works wonderfully. So I thought I'll just share.
I believe that. I think that we also say, when we take 100% responsibility, that is one where you're owning up and you're taking full responsibility. Now, for instance, if there is, there's something that we are constantly experiencing is pollution, right? Now, which is something I've also learned, and any other practice also. They say when you take 100% responsibility, you pray not just for yourself, but you pray for everyone who's experiencing it. So today, if I'm praying for my child who's going through, something related to pollution, if getting affected with it. I was just speaking to a mother just a little while before we logged into this call, and she messaged me and she said, she's from Bangalore, and she said, I really want to know how I can do Ho'oponopono prayer to heal my child. And and I said, yeah, do it for yourself, heal your feelings, and then heal it like in a way that you're praying for all the children and for the mothers, how we can deal with this. And then again, pray to the universe, that universe, please take charge. Tell us what is it that we can do in our capacity to, to try and control this pollution. So I think it's also a way of, trusting the universe, trusting the process, and telling yourself, okay, how can I take this 100% responsibility? I just feel that if we all collectively start saying, okay, there is a situation, what can we all come together and what can we all together, make those steps forward? It's like how all of us come together and take that one step forward, rather than one doing one thing, one doing the other thing. But
So that's what they call as group healing,
group healing.
or yeah. So for my mom, when she was very badly unwell, and this is such a fantastic story, such a Munira, shall I talk about it? It's like I may get teary-eyed. So I'll take a minute,
Sure.
Shilpi, but it's very nice. My mother suffered a lot during her last, when she was 50, 55, she got Parkinson's, which is a very sad thing. Any ailment is sad, and it grew to be very ugly. In the end, she could not even gulp water down. We had to put water, we had to give her water through a tube inside her stomach, which was always open. You had to open the little tip, pour water, like you pour water in a bottle, and she couldn't move even her eyelids. It became that bad. So my sister has got a very strong set of friends who are into healing, also very strong, and in Jamshedpur. So it was at about the last day when my mother was there. So suddenly one of the friends came up to me and said, "We'll do group healing," correct? So I do it at, let's say, we form a group on WhatsApp. Person A does it at 2 o'clock. Person B does it at 4 o'clock. C at 6 o'clock, 8 o'clock, 10 o'clock, 12 o'clock, all 24 hours, correct? We said, "Chal, let's do that, mommy," right? And so the person would do the prayer and send a message, "I have done." So the next person picks it up, and then the next person picks it up. It's like a chain kind of.
Like a relay, yeah.
Relay.
Yeah.
So my turn comes at about 12. And remember, it's about half an hour, 40 minutes thing, right? This prayer that you're going to do. And at 12 in the night, I've come back from the hospital saying, "Mummy, bye. I'll see you all tomorrow. My sister from the UK has just flown in with her baby, and we'll take you home," and all that kind of thing. I kissed her, I hugged her, I've got some audio visuals of that too. And I come here at 10 o'clock. I have my dinner, and I get that message on WhatsApp that, "Hey, now the last person has done it at 10 o'clock. Now 12:30, I remember, 12:45, it's my turn." So I start doing the prayers. You won't believe me, Shilpi. You won't believe this. I'm doing the prayers for her healing, correct? And I start praying the prayers, and
healing and ease of suffering.
Yeah.
Ease of suffering, yes. Because we knew that it's not going to happen. Yeah. No, and even if she had lived, it wouldn't have been. Parkinson's extreme end is very bad. Yeah.
Right.
For suffering under the throat, and she couldn't breathe. She was gasping and all that kind of thing, and she was on ventilator. Then 2 pipes here, 1 pipe there, jugular vein, something here. It was like bad.
Right.
So I start my prayers, and I finish my prayers, and I put the thing down. I shut it, everything. I take out my say, and I have done my prayer kind of thing. And the next thing was in the morning now. Nobody do it in the night. So the next person, so and so, hey, and all my sister's friends, right? And my sister was in the group. That now at 6 o'clock, please pick it up. I shut everything down. I've prayed for my mother. And my phone rings. My sister. She says, "Nariman, I was living in my house with my parents, and my sister's, with the husband in the house, in their house. And so Nariman, rush to the hospital. Mommy is going." Mm-hmm. So I just shut my laptop, shut the phone, ran, and within 5-10 minutes of reaching the hospital, she passed away. Of course, we all were there, the family. Right. Now, it doesn't strike me, right? It just doesn't strike me. After 2-3 days, when things kind of become easier, or 1 week, I'm seeing the WhatsApp, and I saw that when I sent that message of WhatsApp that, "Hey, I've just done my prayer, very tired, I'm yawning, I'm going to sleep, bye guys, thank you," okay? Within a minute, the incoming call is there from my sister. Mm. And within half an hour, Mommy passes away. So in my mind, I took solace that I was actually praying for Mummy's peaceful passage of going up, right. Making it easier for her. That Mummy actually was praying for something else, but actually it turned out to be, the timing is such a coincidence, you see. How can I finish my prayer now and within a minute a phone call comes? So I take great solace that being a child, I was actually praying for her ease and for her smooth passage and stuff like that. So what I'm trying to say is group healing and prayers and what we do, Shilpi and Munira, what we have done today, we do every day, the Ho'oponopono is very powerful and very strong. You can choose not to believe it, and then you get 100 reasons as to why you should not believe in it. But if you choose to believe in it and have faith in it, as you said, total responsibility, total faith in it, you will see magic happening.
You will.
You can say it's coincidence. Bolte raho, yaar. People who want to call it coincidence, let them say and let them live their life and be happy. But I don't say it's coincidence. I feel there's a correlation. It was destined that I'll be the last guy to say the prayer that day. It was destined that my prayer time will come at 12 o'clock. It was destined that I would finish my prayer at a certain time, and the phone rings. There is some connection, Shilpi. So I just wanted to share this today.
No, thank you.
So I think we should, it being so powerful, I think we should continue this. And as you said, some common causes. Like I think, Munira, I really think that tomorrow we'll say A, B, C, D. Just 2-3 sentences which covers everything. Maybe a sentence, or maybe just nothing. Maybe it's okay.
Maybe just.
And then me and Munira and you, different locations. The furthest distance being between me and Munira, because like she's in the other room. What we'll do is when we do a 55 by 5 or 108 times when we do, we'll be thinking, we'll be thanking, we'll be asking for forgiveness, we'll be loving with that thought in mind.
Yeah.
So let's do that. It's very powerful. I promise you that.
But another thing, Nariman, thank you so much for this thought. Let's just go back a little while back when we all just did that healing, right? When Munira also did the thing. And Munira, what did you feel that time? Because I feel we just experienced it.
Yeah. So I just wanted to say that, Shilpi, while I was saying it, 10x, I think Nariman covered that, right, Nariman?
Yeah.
10x more powerful. It was 10x more powerful for sure. I strongly felt from within that divinity was saying, I was strongly getting the feeling that bless Shilpi. Shilpi is such a good soul. Bless her, bless her, bless her. And that apart, I felt I was getting very strongly inspired, like, as if something within me was saying, Munira, just don't rationalize, don't overthink your SR and planning and all. Just go with the flow. Go out there. It's like, just excited children when they see the pool, they just go and jump. They don't think whether it's deep end, shallow end, and do I have my floaters on, my swimming trunks on. They don't think. They just see the water, get excited, boom, they go. So, that is what I was getting. Like, just go, boom, boom, boom. You can't, we have your back. We've got you. Just go. So.
Yeah,
so yes, I want to go.
Lovely. I've been doing it. And I just feel very good. I feel very relaxed. In fact, I think I've started laughing a lot more. I'm doing the things that I love. It's like I've owned it. This is me. This is how I am. I love my journey so far. This is where I am. I don't want to be serious about anything. I want to enjoy my life, and I want to enjoy and keep going on this process of, I think the whole process of healing is first to heal yourself. You cannot heal others. You cannot heal anyone. You can come together and create that vibrational healing energy. But I am not responsible for what maybe you're going through, or Nariman, or my son, or my husband, or my dad, anyone. I cannot take it away. All I can do is heal my feelings and and
through the feelings.
Yeah, and trust the universe, trust the process.
Yeah, I think trusting the universe is very important. Anybody who gets into this and who does the prayer and does the healing but doesn't have 100% faith and trust, it will not work. You have to believe that it works. You have to believe in the universal law that taking full responsibility and cleaning yourself, cleansing yourself really has magical effects on this.
It does. And I also feel at the same time, it's good to enjoy whatever you're doing. It's important to laugh.
Of course.
Please don't be serious. Like
of
now,
course.
any serious person who's like this.
Another thing that happens to me, at least when I do this, is it also gives me a sense of calm. It also gives me calm, which is one, and which is very powerful for me, because and it also gives me a sense of perspective. Again, a very powerful effect. Sometimes in life, in the rush of life, in the hustle bustle of life, when there are so many pressures, morning till night, it becomes very easy to lose perspective of certain things, of certain relationships, of certain family matters, of certain other issues, or whatever it might be, right? Because you're chasing some goals in life, and you're so busy with just doing that, you lose perspective. And I think these sessions and these prayers not only give me calmness, but also give me back my sense of perspective, that what is really important, what is not really important, how should I view this, does it really matter? I think it does that to me also. I don't know if you and Munira have experienced that.
Yeah, I mean, the
There
fact
was
that
some.
4 in the morning when we've had our reading sessions,
Yeah.
we've discussed, what is the aha point for you or me? I think it's again different perspectives, right? And
Yes.
ultimately, we've all centered on the healing power, the magical tool of Ho'oponopono. So I think wherever
Absolutely.
we come from, we center on that particular place. And
Absolutely.
even when you read the wonderful, when you read the text, the PDF, I think one is to always go back to the original place and read. Every time you read, it's a new insight. It's a new learning, and then you practice. The Ho'oponopono tool is so cute and powerful. I remember way back in May when it came as a reminder from my cousin and a dear friend that, listen, your dad's in the hospital, why don't you try Ho'oponopono? I'm like, okay. So I remember, when dad was admitted in the hospital, we sat and I said, Papa, this has come from Didi, so why don't we just do it? Okay. So I remember very simply, we recorded it and we kept reading it. I left it on his phone. I said, read it. My numerous trips to Bombay again, and there's cute little videos I posted with my dad when we've done Ho'oponopono, and we kept trying it for fun. We just, the idea that you're just saying, "I love you, I'm sorry, please forgive me, thank you." It's so beautiful. It's so simple, and I'm sure in every place, whoever worships and whatever whatever healing tool you apply, ultimately the meaning is this. You take responsibility, and I'm sorry. I don't know what I've done. I don't know what has caused this inside me. I'm really sorry. I'm unaware. I release, I let go.
I'm sure everybody does it, and everybody will do it. But I think, just to again remind myself, that it's important to start logging or journaling any kind of emotions or feelings or experiences, or some kind of aha moments or miracles or magic that we experience. Because it would be very sad that with passage of time, after X number of years, when we are in different strata of our lives, and we start forgetting some beautiful things that happened because of these sessions that we are having, or this prayer that we're having, or these healing sessions we are having. It's important to chronicle them. It's important to write it down. So two things: A, you don't forget the good thing that has happened. B, it is in the future, whenever you're down, I'm seeing it from my point of view, when you're down and out, and if you get a chance to read them, it also acts like as a huge tool of motivation, and gives you faith that, look, X number of years ago, this beautiful things happened, and so it can happen again. So I think chronicling down, journaling, scribing, whatever you may call it, it's very important to put a date to it, write it down, and document it.
And at the same time, also, keep feeling grateful. Be in a place of gratitude.
Yeah. Grateful is the first step. I mean, so where gratefulness is there, many a time Munira and me are driving, and these little kids come up in the traffic signal, or we pass by some, heart-wrenching kind of thought. I keep telling Munira that we are so lucky. It's just luck, basically. In the God's game of dice, he just kind of rolled a dice, and so happened It so happened that I was born in a certain family in Jamshedpur, having certain kind of background, certain economic situation, education system, whatever, blah, blah, blah. So happened that Munira was born there. So happened you were born there. Not in my control at all, huh? Not at all. What if I was born there in that area where this little boy is? Life would be so different. And I cry about, we not having that thing and not having that thing, and we not having a bigger and a better version of something else. How insipid. I mean, there are such larger issues in life we should be grateful about and for.
And we are.
So, yes.
All right.
Yep.
Cool.
So good. So
lovely session tonight.
Yeah, it was nice.
Lovely.
I love this impromptu bit.
So we'll connect just now, and we'll kind of decide on the next steps.
Next session.